morning, guys. Morning. I've avoided it. Up to this point. I said I wasn't going to do it for a couple of reasons that we will delve into, but we're here. Fire and Blood, House of the Dragons. How do they compare? We're going to delve in. We've got all of our accoutrements. We've got our little dragon boy. We've got some very hot pumpkin coffee. And tonight is the finale of season 1 of the House of Dragon. So we have some Glühwein. In case we need it to go through this. I got a couple of housekeeping things first though. First off, thank you so much to Caleb, my friend Caleb from, let me make sure I say it right, I believe it's Entertainment Evolved. He's had me on the show a few times to do House of Dragon reviews, and he actually made me the little video that you hopefully saw at the beginning of this video, which was super nice of him. I'm going to be on there today for you guys, Monday, as well, either Monday or Tuesday, to do a finale review. So that's going to be loads of fun, and it's going to be, I know you guys are used to audio. With that, there's actually going to be like a video panel. So that's just going to be an absolute blast. And I'm really excited about that. As well as, so shout out to Caleb for that. We picked up a couple of books this weekend. I've been doing really good. Because of the Libby app has really helped me out a lot. If you're not familiar with what Libby is, it is your basically local library app on your phone, and then you can read on your Kindle. I live in a fairly large city, so my library has a good selection. Some of them do have long waits. Both of these books that I bought this weekend were on my wait list for Libby, and they were months out, and I didn't want to wait months because of a few reasons. First off, our 100th book is coming up probably next month. I'm currently reading my 97th book for the year, and my current goal is 100 books. So for my 100th book, I was inspired. I was going to do a wheel spin. I was going to do a bunch of different things, but I've been inspired and I don't want to fight the inspiration. We're reading our first, and I apologize if I am messing this name up, our first R.F. Kuang book, The Poppy War. I have heard phenomenal things about R.F. Kuang's work. She also has another book called Babel that I really want to read. But we're starting with The Poppy Wars. It is a lot of things. I don't want to even give a description until after I read it, because when I looked up Priory of the Orange Tree before I read it, the first thing that popped up when I googled it was a feminist retelling. And I would not call Priory of the Orange Tree a feminist novel. They just happen to have a lot of female lead characters. So, that being said, not doing a review or like a what it's about for The Poppy Wars until I read it. You guys will get a review for that in December for what I read in November. Unless we're at like the 20-something of the month. Unless in some crazy reading streak, I read like 3 books before the end of the month. Which can happen. It's not unusual for me to read 3 books in a week. That I may get this one in October. Most likely I'll start it in October, finish it like the very first 2 days of November. That's what I think this is going to be. But I don't know. It's really going to depend on how the rest of my October goes. I have a crazy, crazy October every year because of birthdays, holidays, events. So yeah. Second book I bought was one I've been really wanting to read. And I think I am going to try to squeeze this one in October. This is going to be one of my last reads for October. Is Love in the Time of Serial Killers. 4-month wait on my Libby app. I was like, I'm not waiting 4 months to read this book. I don't want to read this book in March. I want to read this book in November or October. So, this is probably going to be the next thing that I binge through. I'm really excited about it. It's got great reviews, funny, sharp, thoughtful, a criminally addictive romance. The reviews on the back are great. I've heard nothing but great things on Book Talk, nothing but great things on my Bitchy Bookworm group that I'm part of. Really excited to pick those up. Back to this beauty right here. My husband got me this for Christmas. The year I think it came out, I don't know if it's the year it came out or not, so don't quote me. It had to have been 2018 when he got me this one. Because I vividly remember when I received it, he had been working in California. For about 2 months, and we were really struggling with him being in California and me being here in the Atlanta suburb areas. And because of that, he got me a lot of really thoughtful gifts that year to help me like take up my time. That is when I became obsessed with Ticket to Ride games, because he got me 2 versions of Ticket to Ride that year for Christmas. And when he got off the plane in Augusta, this was in his hand for me. And I was really excited because I remember I was disappointed with the ending of Game of Thrones. And I wanted more in that world, but maybe not necessarily from those people that were doing HBO's Game of Thrones series. So when I saw there was a new Martin book, you know, I was on top of it. So I read it shortly after I got it, probably within a few months. And it is, so the thing with Fire and Blood, especially with House of Dragons going on right now, is there's a couple of key things you have to remember. And I was talking to a friend about this because he has already seen the finale. It comes on tonight, but the finale was leaked and a group of my friends went ahead and watched it early. Fire and Blood is a retelling, everyone. It's retold by the Maesters. The Maesters are, if you watched Game of Thrones or read any of Martin's Game of Thrones series, Song of Ice and Fire, you know the Maesters are super biased, partial, vindictive often. They're not telling the whole story. Fire and Blood is a version of this story. The character names are probably going to stay the same. I would say that they're probably not going to, like, I mean, they can do whatever the hell they want to do. But I would think they're not going to, like, change anybody's name. But who's in the right, who's in the wrong, who's bad, who's good, who killed who, that is all open to change in House of the Dragon. Because this Fire and Blood is a retelling. It is how the Maesters want the story told, or how it's been told to them, etc. I'm living for this coffee right now. So yeah, while I love Fire and Blood, and while for all of his faults, Daemon Targaryen is one of my favorite fictional characters I've ever read, I have seen online by people who have already watched the leaked, curly hair girl problem, sorry, who have already watched the leaked finale that they do some things differently than what the book would do, I think. I'm not sure. Some people are saying, oh, things are out of character, things are this or that. Just because it has primarily followed the book so far doesn't mean it's going to continue to. I would not be surprised if they flip the whole thing. And I mean, put somebody even different on the throne than what ends up happening in the book. It wouldn't shock me. I feel like it'd almost be smart because it's going to now surprise your Martin fans. And you're not going to get a lot of chances to surprise your Martin fans because we kind of know mostly what's coming. So I'm going into this finale with an open mind and an open heart to, they might change a lot of things. They may ruin my favorite character. Okay? That is open for them to do. Anytime you have a retelling or a reinterpretation of something, anything can change. So, while yes, I love Fire and Blood as it is told by George R.R. Martin from beginning to end. I love the artwork in it. If you don't have a physical copy of this, like if you just read it digitally and you have the ability to, pick up a physical copy because the artwork in it is beautiful. Illustrations by Doug Wheatley. He does a really awesome job. It's like gray work or pen, whatever. I don't know, guys, anything about art, but it's all this black and whitey type art style. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There's no color art in it. Yeah. Pick up a copy if you love the story, if you read it digitally and you don't have a physical copy, just for the sheer artwork. It's stunning. And keep an open mind tonight. Well, you guys will probably have already seen the finale when this comes out. But keep an open mind to my Martin fans. That's my biggest thing, is a lot of us book lovers have to deal with things like this. Because there's a lot of movie retellings of books. They do a lot of book to movie adaptations. Keep an open mind and an open heart. Go into the finale saying, whatever happens, I'm here for the ride. And if it goes south, drink up, bitches. But I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited about the finale. I hope you guys read the book. There's so much more that they cannot fit into this show in the book. Obviously, it would be a 4-hour every week show. So read the book if you're liking the show. And like I said, do a physical book if you can. While it was, gosh, okay, inflation. Book was $35 when we got it in 2018. This is probably going to be a $40-something book now. But if you can, get the physical copy of the book because of the artwork. It's beautiful. It's worth it. I love you guys so, so much. And cheers to Targaryens.